Hey, it's the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode 94. I'm Alex. That's Addy over there. That's Soon over there, making the delicious
Hey,
background noise.
wait,
I don't
what's
know why I
background
called it
noise? I'm not
delicious.
doing anything.
It happens sometimes, man. It really does.
Okay.
Welcome to the Iodil problem. All right. We
Wait,
actually
let me try
don't have
to
any.
change something.
We actually don't have any topics of interest today, so we're thinking we'll go ahead and move right on to talking about what's coming out on the channels.
Right, which I didn't pull up because obviously I didn't pull it up. Give me a sec.
Only reasonable people do that. All right. So while you pull that up, I will go ahead and ask you, do you have anything coming out on your channel, Eddie?
Yes, I did a review of Origami. It's coming out sometime next week. I haven't decided yet.
Okay. On my end, I do have another episode of my Maya playthrough for Civilization 5 coming out on Tuesday. And I will try to get one recorded for Thursday as sooner rather than later.
Soon, what do you have coming out on your channel?
Nothing.
Dank memes, that's what he's got coming out on his channel. I should note that I am recording from a phone on my end because my computer has decided to implode again. So that's fun.
Okay, I don't know what the hell happened with how the freaking videos are scheduled. Because apparently tomorrow, which I'm gonna change to Monday, but yeah, we have. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing. What the hell? Yes,
Numbers.
yes, that will explain. So, uh, Accent Core Plus. That's it.
That's all for this week.
Yes, I need to schedule something for Monday.
Okay.
It'll probably be Ninja Gaiden if I can get it out on time.
Anything will work. Get a series and a one shot. Are we particularly missing for either series or one shots?
Yeah, series.
Oh. Well, I guess Devil May Cry 5 is coming sooner rather than later then.
Yeah.
All right. And with that out of the way, Soon, what you been up to for the past week, man?
Uh, not much. Not much.
Have you been putting in much time with Hunter and the Beast and Warhammer?
Yeah, I was for a little bit, but like I haven't been able to play Mortal Empires. It keeps crashing my computer because my computer is getting old. So
Yeah, that is very odd. I don't know if that's just I don't understand technology. How it could be like, oh well, the thing you're running is too difficult, so I'm just gonna die now.
but yeah, I've basically had to just play Vortex campaign, and like that basically means that I play Marcus Wolfhard because Nikai's campaign is like shit, to be honest.
Does he still start in Albion in the Vortex campaign?
No. He starts in the in Lustria.
Oh,
But
that's
like
boring.
yeah. But like jeez. He just you can finish his campaign in literally 30 fucking turns.
Right. What you said, the AI just keeps eliminating his objectives for him.
Yeah. Like by turn 40, they had like taken out two of them.
Just by themselves.
You just by themselves. I didn't
Right.
even do anything about them.
And there's 4 in total?
And there's four in total, yeah.
And are those the all? I assume Nakai's got other objectives, right?
Nope. Those four objectives, and then you fight a final battle with Marcus Wolfhard.
Oh, that's actually kind of underwhelming. Even if the AI
Yeah.
didn't kill the hunters.
Yeah.
I would think Nakai would have greater goals than, oh, there's some humans here. Better get rid of them.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't get it.
go over to Mazdamundi or Gorok, and it's like, oh, complete the ritual to expel all chaos from the world. Nakai,
Yeah.
oh, there's some humans in the jungle.
Nakai
We need to get rid of them.
Nakai feels like he was just kind of they didn't put much thought into his campaign and focused all of their resources on Marcus Wolfhart. Kind of what happened with Hanawin and Ikit Claw.
Well, the Empire and Skaven getting favoritism is not any new news.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, what's the hottest Warhammer game right now? Vermintide, a game that is all about Empire versus Skaven.
Yeah. 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 Marcus Wolfhart has a really fun campaign. You literally just don't stop fighting wars. Like everybody in the New World declares war on you, and you have no allies at all.
Well, there's potential ones. They're just in really awkward spots.
Oh yeah. They're like really far away. You have like the New World colonies, but like they're not gonna ally with you because they're dicks.
Yep.
Unless you pay them money, I guess. Maybe if I pay them money, they'll ally with me. I'll try that in my next campaign.
Perhaps.
But yeah, it's like you legitimately have to like almost just uproot your like where you're located and just move over to the Southlands to fight the Tomb Kings because the place you start is just so fucking hard.
I mean, there's a whole like strategic aspect to the landscape as well, and the part you start in Lustria, you are surrounded by enemies on all sides.
Yeah.
But if you skip over to the Southlands, you can pick a coast, and there you don't have to worry about protecting like your north and west sides if you don't want to.
Well, you start on a coast.
That's true, but don't you like? Isn't it only the north coast? Like your west, east, and south sides are all still exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always the key thing. You want to get as many sides covered as possible.
Yeah, I've also been mostly like focused on looking up news on the Troy game that's coming out.
Right.
And I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I'm pretty sure how I feel about it.
A lot of stuff is pissing me off, but at the same time, it's about the Trojan War, so I'll probably buy it anyway. I just don't understand some of their fucking decisions.
I don't understand most of the decisions CA is making right now. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Hey, Pink.
Hi there.
Hey, Pink.
Pink heard about the Trojan War and he arrived.
Yeah.
I was summoned.
But yeah, like, they don't even have the Trojan fucking horse. Instead of the Trojan horse, they're like replacing it with an earthquake mechanic. Like, how are you going to just remove the most iconic part of the entire story?
Oh, by the way, Pink, they're coming out with a new Total War game set in the Trojan War. Total War Troy. That's what we're talking about.
They removed the Trojan horse from history in this new patch to the world.
But like, I just don't understand how you're going to make a game based on a book that's mostly mythologically based and then not going to have any mythology.
Because some guy somewhere is still pissed that Total War Warhammer even exists.
Yeah, the history gatekeepers in the Total War community are so fucking obnoxious.
You could have just left out the word history and said gatekeepers.
Yeah. But,
I've seen it go all ways. I've seen campaign gatekeepers who hate the multiplayer players. I've seen multiplayer gatekeepers who hate the campaign players.
Yeah.
Gatekeepers in general just aren't a good thing for any community.
No, they really aren't. Hell, even in Warhammer, I'm almost inclined to say that like Empire fans and the absolute tabletop nerds are a big part of why we won't get Araby or Cathay.
Yep. But outside of that, I started a new job. So
where at? I mean, if you're comfortable saying it.
Yeah, let me stalk you real quick.
At my university's dining hall, they have like this late night thing where they like sell food to like drunk freshmen. So I'm not kidding. That's basically like who it caters to.
You are now the drunk shepherd.
Also, I got back into Blood Bowl.
Right, I've been seeing you play that a lot. I'm kind of surprised because the number one thing I always hear about Blood Bowl is that Blood Bowl is not very good for playing against the AI.
Yeah. But
Oh, okay.
I think against the IA, so.
I was expecting resistance there, not, oh yeah. Yeah, it sucks. I'm playing it anyways.
I mean, yeah, Blood Bowl does suck. It's only fun when you're like getting good rolls, really. Otherwise, it's just miserable.
It's a tabletop game, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But with less story because it's a video game.
Yeah.
The best parts of Blood Bowl are the insane moments of, oh, that halfling just knocked over a troll. I guess that happened. How exactly does a goblin beat a troll to death? Very slowly. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Tank and Addy, you
That's
guys
about
both
it.
played Blood Bowl at some point, right?
Blood Bowl 2,
Yeah.
yeah, against each other.
I don't think a single reception was made.
I don't think a single freaking grabbing of the ball was made, because I'm pretty sure we had the kickoff and then the ball just went to the ground because neither of our characters could grab it.
Then you just killed each other, right?
No, then we fiddled around for 30 minutes and then we went, okay, this is getting boring now, and then we quit, I think.
Yeah, when I picked up...
The first time I played with Alex, like, I had no clue what I was doing, but because I was getting good rolls, I ended up winning anyway.
I think the most interesting thing that happened in Pink and I's game is that I think he had like an end or something like that, and that threw something at a guy at me.
Oh,
right,
yeah, that maneuver.
Yeah, the big players can throw little players.
Yeah.
There's a particularly amusing aspect to it in that if you have a troll try to throw a little player, there's a chance he may decide to simply eat the little player instead. Oh, man. Okay, so for the time you've put in Blood Bowl, is there any secret at all to getting your players to pick up the fucking ball?
I mean, yeah. You just gotta, like, level them up and get them the attributes like sure hands and stuff.
Okay, so you gotta, like, build up stacks to try and make the dice not play against you, I see.
Yeah. Also, don't, like, try to pick up the ball while it's next to an enemy player, obviously.
Is that obvious?
Yeah. Like,
oh!
If there's an enemy, if you're in an enemy's tackle zone, when you try to pick up the ball, it, like, lowers your roll chance of succeeding.
I didn't know that. Okay, that explains a lot, honestly. That explains why I got my ass beat by those halflings.
Also, get, like, if you really care that much, just get, like, players with high agility, because agility increases your chances.
So what you're saying is I should play high elves?
Pretty much, yeah. High elves, Skaven, dark elves, those are, like, the top tier characters, because they always are.
Elves, OP in everything.
Yep.
Man, didn't even fucking Wood Elves dominate in Warhammer 1?
Yep. I don't, like, how do humans even succeed in a world with elves?
Well, Warhammer, it's pretty obvious, because the elves haven't figured out explosives or gunpowder yet, and we have, so that's a pretty big advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, but like in Lord of the Rings, the only thing that like keeps them from like just completely dominating the world is the fact that they're like not
The elves
having
don't fuck
sex.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dark Elves will eventually win in the Warhammer universe because the Dark Elves fuck.
Yep.
That's how you win in Game of Life. You just gotta fuck.
I could make a really bad joke about this.
Has
Go ahead.
stopped,
Well,
look at
you
Russia.
know the
Look how
freaking.
well they've done all this time.
Well, the thing is,
It's
the
the
Dark Elves.
meta.
The thing is, the Dark Elves are freaking committing high elf genocide by reproducing or whatever the hell this shitty ass fake statistic that George cited was.
Right. Okay, there we go. You could have just said JonTron and we'd have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you guys
Can we
hear about?
go back a little bit? I feel like there was an underappreciated comment by Pink there. He called that the meta.
Wait, what's the meta?
Fucking.
The meta of life.
It's overpowered.
That's funny.
It's overpowered and sometimes pay to win.
You're not wrong.
How do I get better at life?
Did you guys see what happened with the Area 51 raid
No.
yesterday?
Nothing.
Only like 100 people showed up, and only 2 people got arrested. One of them for public urination.
I mean, that's the problem when you're sitting down in the desert. There's nothing to hide behind, and you gotta go.
Only one person tried to like actually get into Area 51.
I would imagine there are a lot of people. Who didn't even they didn't charge or anything. They just went, "Hey, can we come in?" No, okay, and they just left.
Yeah, they just all dressed up as aliens. It was pretty depressing.
I don't know. I think
Civil War because of it.
I think out of the 100 people that went there, 99 of them went with the intention of just partying in the desert.
Yeah.
I think for those 99 people, mission accomplished.
There was one guy who did a Naruto run behind a reporter.
I saw that gif. That was a pretty great gif. It just happens without anyone acknowledging it too.
Yeah.
You just see it in the back. You see in the background like it's fucking wildlife and the natural wildlife in Nevada out there.
Right.
Look, it's a wild Naruto runner. Watch it go. I'm gonna poke it with a stick. Oh man.
But yeah, Reddit made a suggestion. I think it would have been good PR for the army to just buy inflatable freaking aliens and then just have a barbecue in front of Area 51.
Yeah.
Well, the trouble with putting the inflatable aliens out there is how many weebs built the campaign on clap alien cheeks. The party could get a lot wilder than anyone had possibly hoped for.
No, they wouldn't have gone after the inflatable aliens because they weren't on Akimakura.
There's no sergeant. There's just a sergeant at arms out there going, "No, they're not blow-up dolls. Stop using them like that." Oh man, I'm glad it's over. That way I don't have to hear about it anymore. There was a hot minute where there were just too much Area 51 talk floating around.
Yeah.
But everybody knows it's actually
the Emmys are tomorrow.
What's tomorrow? Soon. Sorry for
what?
But again,
the Emmys are tomorrow.
Oh shit!
Which
Fuck
ones
D&D.
are those? Are those for music
I think music.
Hollywood?
Yeah.
TV.
No.
TV.
I hope D&D
TV.
gets shot.
Fuck D&D. Fuck them.
Fuck D&D.
Yeah, who likes Dungeons and Dragons?
I hope that. Yeah, I fucking hate Dungeons and Dragons. It's the worst. I take pictures of myself naked in the mirror, and then I put it on Twitter saying I don't play D&D. That's what I do.
But you do it in the Shawn Michaels player pose.
Oh, shut up, Addy. Oh, man. I hope Gwendolyn Christie and Alfie Allen pick up the win, and D&D don't.
Yeah.
If D&D pick up the win, the Emmys are
Better
probably
Call
going to get a
Saul
lot of
should
views.
definitely win. I
That's
was
why they're going
reading,
to get the
like-
win. The Emmys are out there like, hey, what can we do that'll get a lot of eyes on us? I got it. Let's give an award to the most hated writers of this year, this past several years.
Yeah.
Past decade.
But I was looking at Rotten Tomatoes predictions, and they had like will win and upset contender, and under best writers or whatever, their will win was obviously D.B. Weiss and David Benioff for the episode that got 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, and their upset contender was the writers of the episode winner for Better Call Saul, which got like 99%.
What an upset.
What an
The
upset.
dark horse victory. Who
The
could possibly
almost
expect
perfect-
this?
The almost perfect episode somehow beat the worst episode in Game of Thrones history.
Okay,
Who could have ever seen that coming?
hang on. Let's take some time before we go throwing around the title of worst episode in Game of Thrones history, because there was some stuff in seasons 5 and 7.
The dragon literally burns the Iron Throne because it's a dumb bystander.
Symbolism.
Like, they literally call the Iron Throne a dumb bystander.
Montage of shit cleaning. Do you remember that?
Not so bad.
You remember
Grey
fucking?
Worm.
You remember Oberyn Martell's daughter going up to fucking Bronn and going, "You like a good girl, but you need the bad pussy." You remember that shit?
What about when Arya Stark is like, I know a killer when I see one, after Daenerys literally murders like 1 million people?
Okay, you win. That one's really bad. Like Arya swims through the sea of dead babies to say, "Guys, I think Daenerys might be bad."
Winston Churchill to Hitler be like, I know a killer when I see one.
No, it's worse than Winston Churchill, because Winston Churchill was like on the other side of the English Channel hearing about this shit. This would be like Eli Wiesel going, "Oh, I know a killer when I see one." Fucking Oscar Schindler is like, "Hey guys, I think Hitler may be a problem."
Speaking of which, Elliot Wiesel actually taught at the university that I go to.
Oh, damn.
Fun fact. And he graduated from BU.
Oh, damn.
Fun fact. So did Martin Luther King Jr.
You got there too late.
Yeah. I could have like met Elliot Wiesel.
That would actually be crazy. Night is a fantastic book. Have any of you guys read it?
Of course, everybody.
I don't read. I'm not smart. I am not a good person. What are you expecting of me? Actually be literate?
It'll be worse if it's worse you not having read it because it happened in your fucking backyard.
Oh, what are we talking about? Because I actually wasn't paying attention.
Wait, was Hungary on Germany's
Yes.
side in that war?
Yes,
Yeah,
they didn't participate in the Holocaust until the later years. They didn't want
any
to.
war,
But
any
they
war
did-
that happens in
but they didn't-
Europe, you can bet that Hungary was on the bad side, and you'll be right in 90%
Well,
of the
what
times.
about when the Ottomans were trying to invade? Hungary was on the good side then, and the Mongols.
They were more. I'd say they were more bystanders, and they also got taken over really badly. Well, by the Ottomans anyway.
No, Hungary was like the bastion of defense for Europe against both the Mongols and the
The
Ottomans.
Mongols, maybe. I don't know about the Ottomans.
Is Transylvania in
Yes.
Hungary, or is it
Well,
more in
it was-
Romania?
We've had this conversation before, and no, it's not in fucking.
It's not in Hungary. It was in Hungary because Hungary reached out to what is now in Romania. It doesn't anymore.
Oh shit. Okay, ignore me making sounds
I
over
don't
here.
remember if during that time Transylvania would have been part of Hungary or not.
I'm pretty sure Transylvania has been a part of Bulgaria at that time.
Addy, in case you didn't know, Americans are
Or
really bad at
Yugoslavia.
understanding Eastern Europe.
So am I. So
Eastern Europe is really bad at understanding Eastern Europe. The only one who really knows Eastern Europe is Austria, to an uncomfortable level. All right, then. So anyways, to get back to the topic, which was us talking about what Soon's been up to, were we talking about Total War Troy at some point?
Yeah.
Right, so no mythology.
And I started ranting about the Trojan horse not being in the game.
It's been replaced by an earthquake. Yes.
Yes.
We snuck
Hey,
an
what-
earthquake into the gates of Troy.
Yes, Odysseus. Odysseus isn't in the game, which makes it even worse. Like, Odysseus' biggest contribution was the Trojan horse.
But you can't have
Did he
you
just
can't
make a
have the
fucking
Iliad
earthquake
without
machine?
Odysseus. You can't.
Yeah. And you can't have the Odyssey without Odysseus either. Like,
Right. You
he's a
can't even
war
do the
hero
sequel.
because- He's like a war hero because of the Trojan horse. Oh my gosh.
And didn't you say there won't even be cavalry?
There will be one unit of cavalry, which will be they'll basically be the centaurs of their attempt at making the truth behind the myth.
Oh, right. That's what you said. That
Yeah.
stupid thing.
The only
So-
cavalry will be centaurs, which aren't even centaurs. They're just people riding fucking horses.
And wait, the horse is fake too. It's just two guys in a suit. Wait.
actually, it's Takeshi's castle. Why is this in the game?
And then, like the Minotaur is just a guy high on bath salts in a bull pelt. A bull pelt, yeah.
The Medusa is just a lady throwing snakes.
Yeah. The Hydra's probably just gonna be like hoplites who are super defensive and just don't
The
die.
Cyclops is a one-eyed man.
He's just got an eye patch.
It's just like
Cyclops will probably just be like a.
Go ahead.
What was that? Now you're.
I was going to say,
Go
like,
for it.
the Cyclops is just the freaking, like, the waste unit, the most cost-effective unit that you can get, like the freaking infantry, but it just has a different texture, so they have an eye patch. That's the Cyclops.
Yeah.
Oh man. And I know we're sitting on a real dumb one. Okay, Cerberus is just three dogs.
No,
Going up against an-
Cerberus will probably just be like a warhound unit from like Rome. too.
Cerberus is three
Oh.
three dogs tied together with a collar.
Oh man, this is a fumble.
What other ones?
Pick
would
what
there
other
be?
freaking German, Greek mythological shit is there?
Let's see.
Harpies.
I-
Somebody come up with something
Yeah.
for harpies.
Right.
Harpies. What are
Harpies
gonna be,
will
though?
be people with freaking with bird feathers stuck to their heads with tar.
Oh my
They've just been
gosh,
tarred and
yeah.
feathers.
They just have a nice
Yeah.
feathered headdress on.
They try to fly by going off a cliff and they just fall to their deaths.
Yeah, they're just gonna have like this really stupid animation where they have like wings like on their like feathers on their arms and they're just gonna like flap while they charge in.
The sirens are just people who can sing. Just bards. Literally just bards.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I imagine those harpies that Soon was mentioning, I imagine them basically Naruto running into battles.
Oh boy, freaking mermaids. Or just people throwing fish.
Satyrs are just gonna be like really horny boys.
Satyrs will be doing this.
In what way?
Not even wearing anything, just like a loincloth or something.
Oh god, the naked swordsman return.
Yeah, maybe the satyrs will just like have like felt or fur like pants and they'll be shirtless and that'll be like the satyrs.
The satyrs will wear a trench coat and nothing else.
Literally just be a whirlpool, of course. Maybe that we'll get a Nemean lion who's just like a lion. That would actually be pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah, I was about to say, now we're just throwing animals there and we're back in good territory.
Yeah, can we just get like a fucking lion? Like, if you're gonna do this, can we get a fucking lion?
You know what? Throw all this shit in the trash. We're just gonna do Total War Animal Kingdom.
Total War Zoo Tycoon.
Oh my god.
Total War The Lion King.
How are they gonna do the Sphinx? What's the Sphinx gonna be?
People, a furry, basically, a furry.
A furry, yeah.
Yeah.
What he does is he just demoralizes any animal-themed units.
Demoralizes all of the enemy.
I also don't know what they're gonna do for the Chimera. What'll they do for the Chimera?
It's a guy who shoved a snake up his own ass. That's what a Chimera is. And he's wearing a lion head over his face, but that's all. The snake up his ass tingles him, and it gives him power.
Giants will literally just be like 7 foot tall people.
No, I like the idea of them being on stilts better. Or just like really shit pump shoes.
They got it from John Cena.
They're wearing high. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I was interested in Total War Troy going in before I knew anything about it. I was interested because of a name.
Right, now that interest is gone. It's dead.
Yeah.
Like the Trojan horse.
How on earth will I get laid without having babies now? Somebody had to do it. I took the bullet. Like, there's a big... So, obviously, there's a problem that, like, any of the four of us can see in that, oh, well, this is just a really boring roster of dudes with spears. This is also a problem for gameplay. Because Total War has always had very diverse rosters. Even the least diverse rosters in the game were still, like, Rome 2. Or not Rome 2. Rome 2 actually had a really diverse roster.
Yeah,
like Shogun 2.
And
Shogun 2.
Kingdoms.
Yeah, but those games, even though they didn't have much diversity between the nations themselves still had diverse rosters within.
Yeah, like Shogun 2 had ninjas. They had ninjas throwing bombs. They had the Yari, the samurai. They had cavalry. Meanwhile,
guns.
Guns.
Well, couldn't one of the factions in Shogun 2 actually
guns.
just... Couldn't one of the factions in Shogun 2 actually just import Portuguese musketeers?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
I think they could.
But yeah. Meanwhile, the units for Troy are basically just going to be like weird humanizations of mythological creatures, heroes, and then a bunch of guys with pointy sticks, yeah.
10 different flavors of hope latte.
Like, I mean, what they're doing is pretty interesting in terms of like what it means for the future of Total War. Like they're trying to add a diverse way of playing with each unit, but at the same time, like it's just not going to work for this.
Well, it's part of the problem of trying to keep the balance between realism and fantasy as well. Because if they're introducing a ton of infantry units into this relatively historical game, and these infantry units are Swiss Army knives, that doesn't really work.
Wait, what?
I mean, what you're saying is that they're going to try and make the infantry a lot better so that they're more useful in different ways, right?
They're gonna like have more diverse ways of having the infantry in the game. For example, like they're going to have defensive types of infantry who have like special maneuvers that allow them to counter flanking maneuvers. They're going to have units which focus on flanking. They're going to have different terrain types which like interact with each unit differently. They're going to have
formations.
Formations are going to be way more advanced in this.
Formations aren't really anything new. Rome 2, and especially Total War Warhammer started to get rid of the formations. But like Shogun and Empire had shit tons, and I think Three Kingdoms started bringing formations back.
Yeah.
Because like Three Kingdoms added new formations where like the archers, the front rank can just switch to their melee weapons while the back ranks still use bows.
Let me find the if my computer will not be a slow piece of shit.
Well,
this game is just visually on its face very boring, is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, the map is amazing. Like, I don't know if you've seen the campaign map, but the campaign map is legitimately beautiful.
I have seen it. It does look nice. Part of my thing there is just, well, it's Greece. We've already seen Greece a ton in past Total Wars. Like, I can go there in Rome 2 or Medieval 2 right now.
Like, let me send you guys this picture, and you can like add it into the video and timestamp whatever you guys do.
Then don't.
Yeah.
Freaking hell. Things are not working out correctly.
Like that campaign map looks fucking amazing. So stylistic.
I mean, you and I were talking about this the other day, but they did drop the ball in some serious cases, though, visually.
Yeah.
Like, everyone is just dressed in classical Greek style, even if it doesn't make sense for them.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, you were talking about the Trojan armor yesterday, and the Trojan characters do not wear Trojan armor; they wear Greek.
Oh no, I was actually wrong about that. They do have like unique sets of armor.
Oh, radical
Trojans.
Radical.
Like they have the unique boar tusk helmets that the Trojans would wear. And yeah, the Trojans look very different from the Greeks. Like, here, let me send another picture.
What I'm doing is I'm creating more problems for Addy here.
The Trojans are in the blue, the Greeks are in the bronze.
There's no timestamp?
Like, you can see that there's a very different armor set there. Also, that's the Minotaur in the game. Like I said, a guy high on bath salts.
It's so pathetic. Oh man, I love the stupid interpretation here that there is just a big, strong guy who goes throwing people around. And for whatever fucking reason, Homer decides to write that shit down as, oh, it was a literal bull man. A literal bull man produced from a woman fucking a cow.
There's no Minotaur in the Iliad, though. Is there?
Right, they're clearly just making shit up here, but, you know.
Like, yeah, I just don't get it. Honestly, they didn't even have to include mythological monsters as long as they included the fucking gods, because the gods are so central to the Iliad. Monsters, not so much. The Odyssey, yeah, monsters are more important, and since they like included the Odyssey quest and Odysseus' storyline, then I guess they should add monsters. But like, monsters are not central to the Iliad, but gods very much so are. Like they had gods fighting on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And all we get for gods is just psychological bonuses on the campaign map. Like, the only one they've confirmed is that Ares will give your, like, units a morale bonus. If you, like, gain favor with Ares, your units will just have better morale.
But he gives your entire army rampage.
Yeah. I assume
Literally all
that
of them.
I assume that if you, like, get with Aphrodite, then you just get like casualty
Growth.
replenishment
Casualty replenishment would probably be part of it, yeah.
or growth, yeah.
Invoking the meta strategy there.
I don't know what they're gonna do for like Zeus.
There's a random chance that lightning will strike the enemy team.
I assume like Poseidon will give them like bonuses while fighting at sea,
Which would be useless.
which would be pretty fucking useless, yeah. I assume that who else is there? Artemis will obviously give bonuses to your archers.
Hermes will give you speed bonus.
I don't
know
imagine
what the
Athena
fuck-
would have. I'd
What's
imagine
that?
Athena would give you a buff to your intelligence. Congrats, you're smarter now. Go.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't know.
This is a product where the question is, who is this marketed to?
Yeah, like they're
'Cause
trying to like find a compromise between fantasy and historical fans, but I have seen so many like historical fans be like, "There's too much fantasy in this." And then I've seen so many like fantasy fans be like, "There's not enough fantasy in this."
Well, part of the problem is trying to appeal to historical fans with this. There's a decent chance this shit didn't even happen.
Yeah, like this probably didn't happen, and like it's based on like the Iliad, you know, like.
Yeah, clearly in history, he didn't win, Odysseus, he then left so he could go fight some Cyclopses, as you do.
Yeah. Like Diomedes didn't like stab Aphrodite and Ares, you know?
Uh,
Just really, really dumb. I just
What a
wish we could have
colossal
gotten
disappointment.
fantasy elements.
and no naval battles either, that ain't happening.
Yep. The
No, I
face
wouldn't
that
want
launched
to.
1,000 ships. The face that launched 1,000 ships, no naval battles. Fuck you.
After Rome 2, I wouldn't want to see one, though.
Yeah.
All right,
Honestly,
everyone,
like,
quickly, everyone ram into each other.
yeah, the Rome 2 naval battles were just absolutely fucking awful. Well, Empire was better, Napoleon was better, but like classical naval battles, I don't honestly give a fuck. It's just a waste of resources that I would rather them put into like having decent sieges. Speaking of which, I don't know if they'll have decent sieges, which will be a pretty big disappointment if they don't, because like the entire basis of the Iliad is a 10-year siege.
And I mean, even ignoring that, like, they seriously need to get their ass in gear with sieges.
Oh yeah,
Like, the
just
awful sieges
general.
in Warhammer have pretty much ruined the game for me. I can't go back and
Oh
play
yeah,
anymore. Because taking
Yeah.
cities is such a pain in the ass.
yeah.
Either you auto-resolve or you sit and fucking wait.
Yeah. Have you tried the new fort battles though? The fort battles are pretty fun to defend, but like attacking them, the AI doesn't know how to do anything with them, so they're pretty much just regular sieges.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm fine with that because the advantage is already in the defender's side enough.
Yeah.
One of these days, I got to get around to trying that strategy someone suggested of just spam ladders.
Oh yeah, that's what I always do.
It's so dumb, though. What's the point of having an elaborate siege mechanic if you're just going to have them climb up the walls and beat the shit out of them?
Yeah. Back in Medieval 2, like, you had to construct ladders as well.
I'm fine with them leaving that out. That was a pain in the ass.
Eh.
Yeah, we've talked about Total War.
Yeah, let's move on. Addy, what did
Before
you
that,
get
I
up
just want
to
to add
this
that
week?
because you listed off all of the freaking units in Shogun 2, I realized that if we ever get to play Shogun 2 against each other, I mean the group as a whole, I will need to more ninjas in bikinis won't die.
Dude, I don't know if the limits of Shogun 2's modding allows that.
It probably does. Shogun 2 is way more moddable than more recent Total Wars. Like they're doing a Lord of the Rings mod for Shogun 2 now.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
like Napoleon was really. I thought Napoleon was the last one where you could edit the map.
I'm not sure. I think Shogun 2 you can edit the map.
Oh, that's correct. Oh, that's right. There was that mod that made the map a ton bigger and added a ton more clans.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Right. I need to go back and play Shogun 2.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyways, Addy. Well, we should probably go back and go to Pink, shouldn't we? Hey, Pink, what you been up to this past week, man?
All right, let me think. Did I even do anything this past week?
The Good Place?
I did not get to watch any more Good Place.
Season 4 is coming out, isn't it?
Yes, it is. The final season.
Final season?
Yep, the final season. It's so weird, you know? It's so weird that it's only getting 4 seasons because, like, this show is the kind that can, like, go on forever. Like, they can just keep making it more ridiculous and more ridiculous, but, like, they're ending it at 4 seasons.
I'm happy that they have a definite end point for it because we've seen shows like Simpsons just go until they die a painful death.
Yeah. Like, Supernatural is a big one that's done that.
18 seasons of that.
They're finally wrapping that one up, though.
I have no idea how many seasons they got now. I just know that it's a lot.
I thought they were on, like, season 15.
They're actually closer to 18 than I thought then.
I think they are I think they're at like 16 or 17. I'm not exactly sure. My mom's the Supernatural fan around here, and I haven't asked her recently.
Yeah.
Though I think the season that's going on now is the last one. They have announced they're finally wrapping it up. Took them long enough.
Okay.
Right.
That's fine.
As many times as those two have died, you'd think they'd get tired of it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Maybe death is funner than you think. Who knows?
Maybe.
I don't have any experience on the matter, but, I'll trust whatever they have to say on it because they've got much more experience than I.
I mean, hey, the people in the Good Place don't mind, like, getting reset over and over again and dying several times, so...
Yeah, they're up to, 803 times now? It's all good.
Yep.
Did we already talk about Ninja Gaiden?
No.
Nope.
All right.
What's going on with Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah, we wrapped the series. It was a pain.
At the halfway point through the game, I should note.
How many chapters are there?
16.
16. I still had 10 more chapters to go, so I am quite content having stopped where I did.
Well, you killed the bone dragon thing, right?
Right.
Well, then you're up to 7. I think. Were you?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I think so. Because then level 8 is the Egyptian tomb, and then 9 is when they bring in more military assholes. So we had to stop it because it's going off Game Pass, and honestly, the game is fucking killing Pink. It's killing him. It is taking days off his lifetime.
Them too.
The cows are disappearing. What's happening to them? Ryu Hayabusa keeps fucking Izuna dropping my cows. What do I do?
Oh, yesterday I watched the new Netflix movie called Tall Girl. Holy fuck, that movie sucks.
Haven't most of the Netflix movies been doing pretty terribly?
Oh yeah, they're really really bad lately. But holy fuck, that movie was so fucking weird. Oh my god.
Netflix is the new home of the B movie.
Yeah. But like it had like that one cliche of like the person like going up during homecoming and like giving a long speech about how like
everyone deserves to be queen.
They've messed up. Their best friend is like they've made a mistake with their best friend. They've done mistakes. And like the thing about this movie is that like the girl who does this is like a social pariah that everyone fucking bullies, and you're like, and she just goes up during homecoming and she starts giving a speech, and you're like, why the fuck does anybody care? Like, she has no reason to do it. She just fucking walks in and is like, yeah, I'm picking up the microphone. Hey, what's up? I'm like I was so confused. And slime ball in the fucking movie, and like you're supposed to be like happy with it.
Writers love slimeball love interests. I don't know why.
Also, she's like bullied for being tall when she's only 6'1". She's only 6'1", and they're like making her out like she's fucking 8 feet tall. Like her dad mentions that she might get osteoporosis and die. She's only 6'1".
How tall is his dad? 11?
Is the movie centering the Middle Ages?
No, it's happening right in modern ages, and she's like taller than all the dudes, and like none of the dudes want to get with her because she's too tall. I'm like, don't fucking think that.
That's
way.
A myth.
What?
That's a myth.
Do all of the dudes have freaking dwarfism?
Be like, oh yeah, this chick is like hot, but like she's taller than me. Fuck off! I don't want to date her.
That is a myth. To everyone out there listening, which is probably like -3 people. Let's be honest.
And of course, like, the director
sucking YouTube views out of other people's videos.
The director is a woman, and then the writer is like a 5'4" short guy.
Okay, that's a fetish. That's a fetish, sir. She ended up with a slime ball, you say?
The creepy slime ball. Guess how tall he was?
5'4".
Yes.
2'2".
Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm just getting flashbacks to fucking Game of Thrones when Jaime and Brienne get together, and Tyrion just goes, "I'm glad I'm not the only one who has to climb for once." One of the only good parts of that season is the sense of humor. Okay, yeah. So then I've got a relevant question then that has actually completely slipped my mind. Fuck.
Good question.
Shut up, Addy.
Sorry for taking over what you were talking about, Pink.
No, that's all good. That was far more interesting than anything I would have come up with.
Yeah, freaking the love story from Lilliput. Do you guys have?
Oh, but there is some. What's up?
Do you guys even have that as a thing, Lilliput?
It does not sound familiar to me.
Okay, so Lilliput is supposed to be like a village of small people in the mountains.
I'm confident to say I don't have those here, but I could be wrong.
Where is this going, Addy?
No, I just call this freaking fetish movie the love story from Lilliput. Because apparently normal sized people aren't tall.
Okay. Sure. I'm sorry? No, okay, never mind. Just keep going. Pink, hey, did you play Civilization 6 or something?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I've actually got 2 of those going. The first one is Indonesia, which was the one that I'm doing the Let's Play with. Second one, I'm not recording, but I really should have done that one over this one, or the previous one, because with my Indonesia playthrough, nothing is happening. With the one I'm doing off screen, I'm playing as France, and everything's happening because everyone also spawns out in that England area.
Your mistake was choosing True Start, I should point out.
Yeah.
If you'd gone with a default map, you probably wouldn't be dealing with this.
I'd wanted to do the tilted axis ones they added in a recent patch, but I was being lazy. I was like, I'll just go with what I know. I know what the Earth looks like, so I can figure my way around the area. There wasn't really need to go exploring, though, because everyone...
You know what the Earth looks like, so why did you pick Indonesia?
I didn't pick Indonesia. I picked random. That's how I got Indonesia.
You fool! Like, man, you got lucky with Indonesia. What if you just got Polynesia? Congrats, you're in Hawaii. There's nobody else around you, and there won't be anybody else around you for the next 200 turns. Oh, man. I should note, I picked up Civ 6 recently, and I also tried a True Start game just messing around. And I also made a mistake. I picked Japan. I figured Japan would be bigger than Indonesia, right? Wrong. No, Japan's quite tiny. You get 5 squares of land. That's it. 5 hexes. Good luck.
That's significantly more than Indonesia's 2 tiles, so I think you're off to a much better start than I am.
Okay. Did you get a Pantheon yet?
Yes.
Did you pick God of the Sea?
Yes, I did. That's one of the reasons why my current city is able to expand so much, or not expand, increase their numbers so much, because there's a lot of food now.
Okay, because if you hadn't picked that, you'd be screwed. And the France game, yeah, I wouldn't ever pick a European country in True Start. Because that's a
spawns there.
Yeah, Civ 6 is full of lots of European civs. Like, Civ 5 was pretty good for geographic diversity. Civ 6, yeah, there's enough from each continent, and then holy shit, the Europeans have arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Is Soon running a cash register?
Yeah, he's on his job.
Not right now. Maybe later. Hold up.
Oh, man.
My Steam library, the beta thing is glitching out and won't let me actually view the library right now.
Oh, that's cool. There's a reason it's a beta. I don't know what to think of it. It does look prettier, but at the same time,
I have a lot of problems with it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's always the problem when they introduce a new version that tries to focus on style over substance.
Yep.
Hopefully they'll add the substance over time.
Eventually.
Either that or they can add a bunch more items to Dota 2. Either way. To get back to Civ 6, I want to go ahead and mention how, my God, the game balance. Like, I talked to Soon once about Civ 6, and I asked him whether he thought it was a good recommendation for me. And at the time, Soon said, no, most of the content's in the expansion packs. But I was able to get it on sale with the Rise and Fall expansion pack.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
And if nothing else has changed, holy shit, the balance changes change so much about that game. Because soon you remember Civ 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember there was like a hard upper limit of 5 cities before really you're at a diminishing gains there and you're actually hurting yourself.
Right.
The
Yeah, Civ
Barb,
6 doesn't have that problem.
yeah, no, Civ 6 does not have that fucking problem at all. In Civ 6, no, you build as many cities as you can. You snatch up that land before Brazil does. Civ 5, the Barbs, the Barbarians are not a problem, other than for occasionally them snatching a worker or a trader. But otherwise, just wipe them out and you're good. Some of the Civs, like the Aztecs, totally just want to let the Barbs be and farm them. But then Civ 6, hell no. My first game of Civ 6, I started up as the Cree under Poundmaker, right? And I figured, oh, this is Civ. I'm probably fine to just build a bunch of scouts first and then no military outside the starting warrior, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. That didn't work out for me. Oh, hey, look at that. The Barbs start with archers. Oh, that's cool. The Barbs start with horsemen? Oh, no.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
that's right. The barbarians are so much worse in Civ 6.
The Barbs will actually knock over your fucking cities if you leave them unprotected.
Yeah, I remember that. That was awful.
Well, it's great once you get used to it because it's the biggest encouragement for you to actually build a military in the early game. But if you're not expecting it, then you're like, holy shit, I just wasted 30 turns for my capital to get knocked over by fucking Barbs.
Yeah.
It makes the early game a lot more tense and exciting, which I like.
Yeah.
It also, like, Civ 6 is not nearly as bad about having a meta as Civ 5. Like Civ 5, you spammed science, you built the tradition tree, you built the rationalism tree. You just did that. Guaranteed,
Yeah, that's
no matter
what I
what.
always did in Civ 5. I just instantly went towards science and rushed down the wonders that would let me get free sciences.
Yeah, and as a result, Babylon, Korea, and Mayans were all crazy OP because they were the 3 science-focused civs.
Yeah. Speaking of which, wonders in Civ 6 are a lot less impactful.
Spammable.
They're also just not that big of a deal.
Yeah. That's one of the main things I've heard is that in the early game you want to focus on getting districts instead of wonders.
Yeah,
Which
it's kind of upsetting, to be honest. I don't like it.
it's kind of a weird thing. Like, for China or Egypt, you still absolutely want to go for wonders because you're playing China or Egypt, of course.
Yeah.
But for anyone else, you don't want to build wonders until the later game when you're comfortable enough to do it. And even then, you've probably filled up all your tiles.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that these things now take up tiles is such a huge balance change in itself.
Yeah. And then their stats, that their bonuses and stuff are just so neutered on top of the fact that they're already nerfed by taking up tile spaces.
Some of them are still pretty good. Getting the
Yeah,
Hanging
some of them are
Gardens.
good. But most
Getting
of
the
them
Hanging
I would
Gardens.
never build them because they're just worse.
The Terracotta Army is one that springs to mind as being shit. All it does is just give a free level up to your current military. Not future military, just whatever soldiers you happen to have out right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So effectively, it's only going to be used if you are already playing China or Egypt and going for an early domination victory.
Yeah.
But it is, to get back to one of the things, I do like that, at least so far in Civ 6, I have not noticed an immediate meta go-to.
Mm.
There does not seem to be a guaranteed success strategy in this game, as there was in Civ 5.
Is diplomacy still shit?
I've not been able to get any good deals or good
No, I meant,
alliances.
will people still declare war on you if you don't fulfill their little stupid needs or whatever? Or oh my gosh, back in the day it was really, really bad. And if you didn't spy on fucking okay, let's say you meet France as your first civilization, right?
And France loves spies.
France loves spies, right? if you don't like find someone to spy on within 10 turns, you can't even fucking like create spies at this point. If you don't like
Right.
spy on someone within 10 turns, they'll be like, "What's wrong with you? I should declare war on you." Like, and the only fucking person you can spy on is them. They actually like it when you spy on them. It's so bizarre.
On one hand, I appreciate that they're actually telling you what the AI likes and dislikes, because in Civ 5, that was kind of an issue, predicting some AIs. Like, what is Askia of the Songhai like? Fuck if I know.
But like, oh,
Some of them are definitely questionable.
yeah.
Some of them are
So,
perfectly
like, is that
understandable.
still like a problem? Will like France still like berate you if you don't spy on them?
They'll still berate me, but I don't think it's a cause for war anymore. Unless we're already sharing the border, unless they're coveting my land, you know.
Okay.
And then they didn't even need an explanation. Like in Civ 5, if you were unlucky enough to spawn next to Elizabeth, you better just kill her in the first couple turns. Because otherwise she is going to keep making war on you because she wants your land. Victoria seems to have a similar problem, so England's just kind of a dick in every Civ game, apparently. Some of them are just kind of funny. Like, there was one. Shaka hates it if you don't make your units into corps and armies. The unit stacking mechanic for military, Shaka hates you if you don't use it.
Mm-hmm. And you won't get access to corps or armies until mid to late game.
Unless you're Shaka.
Apparently so.
The mechanics the agenda thing should not come into effect until the mechanic itself is present.
Mm-hmm.
So that is still a problem.
It is, but it's not as severe.
They don't declare wars on you, or what's that word that I'm looking for?
Well, casus bellis?
No, they don't denounce you for not fulfilling their agendas, or at least not in my experience. They will definitely antagonize you for not fulfilling their agendas, but it doesn't generate any grievances. They won't denounce you, and they won't declare wars on you just because you're not fulfilling that agenda at that moment.
Right.
Maybe like a couple 100 turns down the line, they'll remember that you weren't fulfilling their agenda back then, and now they're going to be really pissed at you now. But I don't know. That's not happened to me yet, and hopefully it doesn't, because I would like for it to have been fixed from your previous experiences.
Yeah. When I was like first playing, like diplomacy was literally useless because like everybody was a warmonger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Civ AI. Civ AI is conquering 3 nations, and then you happen to get into a defensive war, and they call you a warmonger. What the? You killed a bunch of Aztec infantry that showed up on your front doorstep and sieged your city? You monster! Meanwhile, it's fucking Queen Victoria sitting in Moscow. One other thing I just want to note, just a little fun moment I had that I didn't get on recording. But boy, in Civ 5, like, religion's an afterthought for the AI. Every now and then they might send a missionary your way, but for the most part they just ignore it. Yeah, not in Civ 6.
Yeah.
Civ 6, I was just playing as the Aztecs, sitting by myself, enjoying myself. Unfortunately, I spawned way too far away from anyone to get any early conquest, but, you know. Then I just see a fucking tide of 7 Christian missionaries.
Christian mercenaries.
Yeah.
Mercenaries.
The Zulu, I think it's the Zulu. Those guys are like obsessed with religion.
Which doesn't make sense. Like, the Zulu aren't one of the religious-based civs.
Right. I think that's been changed to where Zulu doesn't make his own religion, but his agenda is he likes civilizations that provide or...
Nope,
I think
that's the Congo.
that's Congo?
The
Yeah, that's
Zulu
the Congo.
can't make their own religion, right?
The Zulu can make their own religion. The only civ that doesn't make their own religion is the Congo. They literally are physically
I'm thinking
incapable
of
of
the
it.
Congo. Right.
The
I'm thinking
Congo
of the
loves
Congo, not
religion.
the Zulu.
The Congo love religion, and they love for you to bring your religion to them.
Yeah, it's so
Right.
weird. Like, so the Congo can't create their own religion, but they're like top tier for a religious victory.
Absolutely.
Maybe they adopt your religion and claim it as theirs.
That is
Take you back to victory.
I think it's actually impossible for them to achieve a religious victory, because if they spread unless like England, like if England gives them Christianity and then dies, maybe they could do it. But I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they'd just give the religious victory to England if they did that. I feel like I actually did read that.
We can be co-champions.
Yeah. I feel like once you start losing so bad at Civ, you would just ally yourself to someone and then claim their victory is yours.
I contributed. We won.
Hey, remember when I took that one small city from Poland? Yeah! I will say that is one of the biggest points in Civ 6's favor. Is Civ 5 started to play with the idea of having weirdo civs that play differently. Like, India started off with the weirdness around happiness, overpopulation, and all that. And then Venice got real weird with the one city only rule. But Civ 6 brings in all kinds of weirdos. Like, the Congo are definitely the biggest weirdos in the group right now. But I've not got Gathering Storm, so I don't know what weirdos are introduced there. Trying to think, there's at least one other huge weirdo. Obviously, there's ones like Australia. Doesn't Australia, like, their only real benefit is that they are a lot stronger in defensive wars?
Yes, I want to say yes.
Right, that's weird.
It's like defensive and protectorate wars.
Some of the agendas are really, really bizarre, like, logically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like Trajan, who doesn't like people who control little territory, even though that limits his ability to expand into more territory, like his goal is. What?
Well, I mean, it makes sense that, like, it's just setting it up so that Trajan tries to kill and snatch up the smaller civs.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know. It's just bizarre.
I do think one of the funnier ones is Qin Shi Huang hating people who... No, here's the fucking weird one. Cleopatra hates it if you have a small army, but she loves it if you have a big one.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess it makes sense her trying to snatch up a weaker civ, but the fact that she loves it if you've got a big military does not work the same as it does with everybody else.
Why is that?
Well, the other civs hate it when you have too strong of a military. Like in my China game right now, Brazil is losing its shit because my military is too strong.
You're too intimidating.
That is actually what they keep messaging me. They keep messaging me, "You're too scary. Please leave my borders."
Well, what are
Please
they going to
decommission
do?
those soldiers.
If you scare them so much, what are they going to do? They can't declare war on you because they'll lose.
They declared war on Poland for some reason.
Use this to your advantage. They're outright telling you that you scare them, so just make a demand of them. Like, hey, give me 10 gold per turn, or we're just gonna march all over you.
At this point, I probably should just kill them.
Yeah. If they don't comply, just take their cities.
Oh, man. Civ 6, I think Civ 6 is really good so far. It's a different kind of play environment from Civ 5, definitely. Because every time I start up a new game of Civ 6, I'm confused. Civ 5, I knew what I was doing. Oh, I'm playing Babylon. That means I'm going to rush writing and spam great scientists and yada yada yada. Like Civ 6, oh, I'm playing as Poland. I don't know. What am I going to do? I'm playing as the Aztecs. So either I spawn next to someone, in which case, happy day, or I don't, in which case I'm just going to kind of suck.
You're all alone with nothing to do.
It's always very dickish about the spawns, I think.
Mhm.
If I'm playing as like America or someone else who doesn't really get any big buffs in the early game, then it's like, oh hey, guess what? You're next to the Zulu.
Oh, is the Warmonger system still around?
Yes, though they have introduced the Casus Belli system so that if you have a justified reason to go to war with someone, the warmonger penalty is lowered.
Okay, but like I've had problems of like someone declaring war on me, and I like take over their cities, and then I get like a warmonger trait.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so
The
fucking
game.
dumb.
I mean, not really. The big part is the fact that you took their cities. That's the important part.
It's just so dumb, though. Like, oh,
Well, I mean, imagine if tomorrow Germany said, hey, we're going to war with France, and then France goes, okay, and they take over all of Germany. We'd all be like, what the fuck? Like, the era of the Roman Empire has passed. Just taking somebody else's land is no longer viewed as cool.
I just feel like it doesn't make sense in like a gameplay perspective. It just feels, I don't know, it just feels bad, basically.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Like, maybe it makes logical sense, but like from a gameplay perspective, it just feels bad.
I mean, it's one of those things where, like, you just have to plan ahead. Like, either you have to have a self-sufficient economy, you have to find one of the few civs who doesn't hate warmongers like Shakar or Genghis Khan, or you make friends with all the city-states, or at least kill the people they are friends with right now, so they have no choice.
Wait, do you have the DLC civs?
I do have the DLC civs, yes.
Okay.
Except for Gathering Storm.
Okay.
And was Shakar DLC? I feel like he was.
Shakar was DLC, yeah.
I think that... Okay, right. Moctezuma and Shakar were both DLC, despite the fact that they have been launched factions in... Well, Shakar's not been launched, but despite the fact that Moctezuma's been launched in every other Civ game.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Moctezuma was the pre-order bonus.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I will say, I appreciate that for the most part they tried to go for lesser-known civs and lesser-known leaders, except for the Classic 3. It's Civilization, and Civilization would not be Civilization without Shakar, Gandhi, and Moctezuma. And is there really anyone else that they pretty much put in every game?
Genghis Khan?
Yeah, Genghis usually gets in. That's just because the only other reasonable Mongol leader is Kublai Khan, who isn't nearly as cool.
Yeah. Genghis Khan isn't in Civ 6, though, right?
I want to say is DLC.
I think he's part of Gathering Storm, because I don't have him, but I do know
right,
for sure. Wait,
Yeah.
no, I might have him. I think it is Genghis Khan, and I think I do have him. I just haven't played with him yet or seen him in any of my games.
Wait.
All right, yeah. I thought he was with the Rise and Fall expansion, but I could be wrong about that.
It probably is, yeah. But, so you have, like, Persia, Macedon, Nubia, Khmer, Australia, Poland, all of those?
Yeah, all the DLCs.
Except
The only one I'm missing is Gathering Storm.
Okay, cool.
So, no Canada, no, who else was part of Gathering Storm?
Hungary.
Hungary, Polynesia. Polynesia was also part of Gathering
Hell,
Storm.
who would they even add for us?
Corvinus?
Who?
Yes.
Corvinus.
Oh, Corvinus, yeah.
Is he notable?
I think he was the illegitimate child of one of the more famous kings, which is why.
So wait, how did you get all this DLC again? You bought one.
It was all on sale on Humble Bundle for $30, but the sale has passed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it sucks. But hey, Christmas sale and Halloween sale are just around the corner.
Yeah, Halloween sale is coming up like next month.
All right. Okay, here's something I gotta say. I love Sean Bean. Sean Bean is not Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
There are some lines where Sean just sounds confused. I am fond of pigs.
Someone tried to create a petition to get Brad Pitt to, or for Achilles in the Total War Troy game to have the likeness of Brad Pitt and be voice acted by Brad Pitt?
Why?
Because
I was about to ask the same thing.
he's Achilles in the movie Troy.
I'm aware. But
And
why?
I don't know. Like, I don't think they realized that would literally be the entire budget of Total War Troy to get fucking Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt is fond of pigs.
I guess that people think, oh well, they got Zach from Zach and Cody and fucking Boss Nass from Star Wars, so clearly they can get Brad Pitt.
And they got what's his face?
That's not
What's his
helpful.
face? The guy who plays Gotrek.
Gotrek.
Bless.
Well, yes, Gotrek is Boss Nass.
Oh, okay.
He's Brian Blessed.
Yeah, Brian Blessed.
Boss Nass and the villain of Flash Gordon, I think.
Yeah.
At least one other thing. He was definitely in Blackadder. I know that as well.
Yeah. But like,
Oh, Clayton. He was Clayton in Tarzan. Clayton.
yeah, fucking Brad Pitt.
Worth it, apparently.
What was that?
I said worth it, apparently.
Yeah.
Arrivederci. All right, Pink. Did you do anything else this week?
I finally got to try out the unranked system in Rainbow Six. A lot of fun. Yeah, it goes a lot longer than a casual match. And my game that I played went into overtime, so it went even longer than normal. So, good lordy, that was a long time. I don't know how much time to be exact, but probably longer than 30 minutes.
What, on a single round or the game altogether?
The game altogether.
I was about to say, on a single round, what the fuck were you two doing?
Right, and there's no way that would happen in a single round, because single rounds are like 3 minutes, maybe?
Rainbow Six Unranked is actually a MOBA.
So there's more sets then?
Yes, there are more sets in the match. So, let's see. I want to say
right back.
it's the first team to 7 points, or it could be 8.
Oh, damn. Like before, wasn't it just the first to 3?
Yes.
Damn.
So, it starts off, you get the first 3 rounds, you will be on the same side. It doesn't switch from defense to attack, it just stays. If you're defending, you're starting those 3 rounds defending. And then after those 3 rounds end, you will now be attacking for the next 3 rounds. Unless you get a victory.
Huh, okay. That sounds pretty cool. I mean, there definitely was a feeling with casuals of this is not going long enough for me to know the other team.
Right.
Which is kind of a lesson to learn from fighting games, right? Because Addy, don't like the pro fights at like Evo go for sets of 9 or something?
Oh, it's best of 3 whole matches with 3 rounds in each match. Usually. Or at least the ones I've seen.
Now, when we talk about rounds, do we mean the in-game rounds, or do we mean like... Okay. Oh, that's actually less than I expected. Huh. And now Soon is enjoying a nice can of tuna.
It's not tuna, it's a Chobani.
I'll choose to believe whatever it is, because this is not a visual medium. It's in my mind's eye.
So,
you're alright, or you understand.
So he's enjoying a nice kind of stir-strumming.
Okay, was that a Norse word? Okay, there we go. That's like
stir-strumming. I actually have no idea how to pronounce it.
And what the fuck does
It's
that mean?
it's this. It's basically rotten fish. It's a Swedish delicacy. It's basically rotten fish. That's left to rot in freaking like alcohol or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I've heard of this. Yeah, I got.
I thought that was I thought that was
I don't
lutefisk.
freaking know, dude. I've heard of it as surströmming, so.
All right. Anyways, back to the Rainbow Six Siege. So, did you feel like with the new set system, like there's definitely an increased level of understanding of the other team?
Yeah, you learn and understand everything a lot better with the increased rounds, because you'll kind of learn, oh, these guys do like to spawn peek or roam a lot, or maybe they're all just really anchor heavy, so there's always a learning experience there. And it also gives you the opportunity to learn new strategies on the bomb sites. So, all in all, because of the increased rounds, it just feels better, much better than casual does. Because casual, you're basically in and out really quick, and you don't really learn anything. It's all just a matter of who was a better gunman that day.
Yeah. I mean that's a thing I always noticed with Siege as well. Like it felt like I didn't even get time to learn the maps.
Yeah.
Like unless I played a ton more, which wasn't happening. I suppose I should ask this question actually. You do still get to change operators between rounds, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's still that degree of unpredictableness.
Right. That would
No.
kind of suck if you could only pick one operator that you play the entire match with.
Although it would be an interesting game mode.
Boy,
It would be interesting. I don't know if it would have a longevity that the normal system would have, though.
I feel like the most interesting part would be if you go in on the first round as an attacker and you just see Chonka and you're like, hang on, this is what I'm going to be dealing with today. Okay. I do want to, before we move past Rainbow Six, though, I do want to ask, now that some time has passed, how are Goyo and, what's her face, looking?
Amaru, and I would say they're still very good right now. I hold Goyo in just a bit more esteem than I do Amaru, because Amaru is still very bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Amaru's just not versatile. And
Right,
it's go
You're
ahead.
sounding a lot nicer towards Amaru than you did last week.
I appreciate Amaru because she's got a very nice weapon set, but her grappling hook, it's too situational, and there are other operators with the same or better guns than her that would provide more utility to the team on a whole. So Amaru's main weakness is a grappling hook, which is also her main strength. It's a very fun utility to use. It's not a great utility to have.
So people haven't been getting very good plays out of it. They've mostly just been getting themselves killed.
Yeah, for the most part. Because, I mean, like I said, it's a stealth buff to both Castle and Frost, and I haven't seen Castle in Unranked yet, but there are a lot of Frost.
There's always going to be a lot of Frost.
Yeah, Frost was always a very good operator on her own, but now that there's the potential of somebody blasting through a window with a grappling hook, it's like just an extra layer of protection there.
Well, even if Frost wasn't like viable, people would still pick her because she's on her face very fun. Because she, for one thing, has a killer weapon, but for another thing, she gets one of the few gadgets that can outright kill people, which a lot of people would prefer.
Mm-hmm.
The average player of video games is not very good at understanding indirect benefit.
Right.
So there hasn't been much use of like floor hatches with Amaru.
I myself have not been using floor hatches yet. I haven't seen anyone else use floor hatches. I'm sure as time goes on, people will discover unique plays and how to utilize them to their fullest extent. As of right now, nobody's really come up with anything, so that's still on the back burner.
All right. Well, that I'm kind of disappointed that Amaru's not showing up more.
Yeah.
Partially just because I can use Amaru to justify my more stupid moments where I wound up reinforcing floor panels, but you know.
I mean, eventually it's gonna come in handy because she does have a secondary shotgun that she can use to blow out the floor panels. It's just not a method that you see a lot of people use just yet. I think they're still too excited to be flying through the windows to enter the building, which should probably be their secondary option. Like,
Yeah.
save that for when there are like 15 seconds left in the round and you want to go to the outside to get up to objective room real quick if you're a floor below. Or several floors below, I don't know.
Well, if she's got a really good weapon set, then going in through the front door isn't that bad of an idea.
Not at all.
So then it's really more of a question of how many layers does this map have, and did the other team even bother to put themselves up on the upper floors?
Right.
Which I guess that kind of question shows up for every operator.
Yep.
Like, I mean, Castle gets an inadvertent buff from Amaru's entire existence, but if Amaru's not on the other team, then there's no point to picking Castle.
Yep. And even then, like we said, with a little team synergy on the attacker side, if they've got an Ashe and an Amaru, Castle's still kind of useless there.
Even better if it's Gloss, because Ashe only gets like 3 rounds in her grenade launcher. Gloss gets like fucking 50 bullets for his rifle.
Right. I don't think he can actually tear enough through the castle shield to actually break it, though. He might have to use his entire clip, or not entire clip, because his clip only has 10 bullets. He might have to use his entire ammunition capacity to actually take out a castle barrier.
No, I'm pretty sure it's like only 3 or 4 rounds.
I will have to test that, because I don't know.
I remember reading about Castle when we started playing. I really liked Castle. And the more I read about him, it's like, oh, well, yeah, if Glaz exists, I'm useless, so that's cool. All right. Did you do anything else, Pink?
I don't believe I did.
All right, Addy.
Yeah. So,
what you been up to, man?
I played Puzzle Fighter 2, or whatever the hell, the PS1 game. Yes.
The Street Fighter spinoff? Okay, I don't know much about the Puzzle Fighter games. So you're going to have to educate us.
Dr. Mario.
And you've got little fighters fighting at the bottom of the screen? Okay.
So are you doing the Dr. Mario part of it, or are you doing the fighting part of it?
You're doing the Dr. Mario part of it.
So it's just Dr. Mario, but the 2 little people dance according to your actions made in the Tetris
only real
thing.
big difference that I can tell is that well, I actually never played Dr. Mario against other people, so I don't know how the versus happened in that. But in this game, you can see the AI's thing as well as you're fighting, and then if the AI does a good move, or if they just clear like a line or something, then you get the appropriate amount of boxes pushed into your part, and that's really all of the differences that I noticed. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Do the characters not? Do the characters
No,
not?
they just do them randomly.
Oh, I mean, you pick your character going in, right? You can pick from Ryu, Chun-Li, Dalsim, all the usuals.
But yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter what the character selection is. He's asking you if you choose your character.
Missing the point entirely.
But yeah, you can choose your character. And I think if you do like a really big clear, then that's when they do the bigger supers or shit like that. No,
But is
they
it the
have
same for
character
every
specific
character?
ones.
Okay. But it's not like a meter you build and then pop. It's just if you do really well,
Yeah.
then your character will do a unique thing to them. Okay. This sounds very, very similar to Mortal Kombat's Puzzle
Yeah.
Fighter they included in
I
Deception.
haven't played it in a while, even though I have Deception right next to me. So I can't tell you.
That's
I can't tell you
understandable.
how. Yeah.
Pretty much the entirety of the 3D Mortal Kombats were built off
Yeah.
ripoffs, so I guess that's fair.
I mean, hey, this combat card was good.
Yeah, but it was still kind of shitty Mario Kart. Remember Combat
that's what
Chess?
I always forget.
I have to bring that up every time because everybody forgets it. It's the weirdest shit. Your rook has special moves that he can do. Like he can just swap places with a person on the other side of the board. Including the queen.
Why not?
Oh. Why not? Exactly. I think like they could just spawn infinite pawns too. Which is kind of pointless, but okay. Oh no, I've got the really dumb part. The really dumb part was that when the chess pieces meet, you didn't play like actual chess. Instead, you had to fight a Mortal Kombat match then. And that determined who won.
Oh, right, I remember.
So if you were really, really good at Mortal Kombat, then it wasn't a chess game, because you would just have a pawn beat the queen and then the king. Oh god, what was that wrong with that era? Anyways, let's get back to Puzzle Fighter 2. What is the roster?
It's a
How big
roster of
is
8
it?
people, 4 of them from Street Fighter and 4 of them from random freaking Capcom IPs. So no, Kemi's not in it.
Really?
Is Cammy in it?
If you give me 2 seconds, I can actually
Tell
tell you
game.
the whole roster.
Yeah, 2 seconds. That was more than 2 seconds, Addy.
I
You
already
failed.
turn on the PS Classic, so
Oh, sweet Jesus.
no,
Do you
because
not
I
remember
didn't pay
8
enough attention to
characters?
them. I
this one's bright, and this one. I'll pick
I
this
know that
one.
the
It looks
Street
shiny.
Fighter cast the parts that I
Right.
can remember, so 3/4 is Ryu, Ken, and Chun's. But then, yeah, you also have Mulligan. No,
The 4th isn't Akuma?
you think I
Of course
wouldn't remember
Morgan's there.
Akuma being on the roster?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, if it
No,
Is
he's
it
just
Dan?
a
Is
teaser
Dan
on
the
the
fourth
freaking
one?
credits scene.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
lame. Put Dan in the game.
It might be Sakura.
Sakura?
Let me check. It is Sakura.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other people
Sakura,
are
okay.
Morrigan, Cianco, Donovan, and Felicia.
Well, then it's not Puzzle Fighter 2. It's fucking Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers Puzzle Fighter. And look, I'm glad to see more appreciation for our Darkstalkers, but this is the wrong way to go about it.
Yeah, Donovan.
Also, Donovan? Really? I like Donovan, but Donovan's not my 4th
It would
pick
be
for
Escamine.
Darkstalkers characters. I mean, if they just want to stick with the stupid monster waifus, then they'd go with... Are there any other... Well, I guess there's
Lilith.
Morrigan's creepy little sister. Yeah. I love BB Hood, but I wouldn't count her as a monster girl. Oh, they need to
So,
bring
yeah.
back Darkstalkers.
There was that. I also fired up Rayman, the first one. Because yeah.
Way back when it was 2D, right?
And
Damn. I mean, it's back to being 2D now, but before they tried
Yeah.
to try 3D and it didn't work.
and I got bored with it in like 2 minutes.
That's fair. You don't seem like a platformer guy, Addy.
I like that. Yeah.
Unless you are shooting at unless you're shooting at things.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What's your favorite platformer of all time? I guarantee you I know the answer.
Freaking Contra's Adventure Island 2. Contra's not a platformer, it's a
Contra.
marathon.
You can platform though. Platforming is a big part. It's a platformer. Shut up.
But yeah. Freaking. What else? Right, Yeah?
You're playing these on the PlayStation 1, right?
Yes.
I forget. Did you say you got a PlayStation Classic? Okay, I thought you said that, but I wasn't sure if I was losing my mind because that doesn't seem like something you get.
Turned on the PlayStation. The PlayStation Classic, I think. I think I even said Classic.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure you weren't talking about a PS2.
No, if I'm talking about the PS2, I'll say PS2. Why the hell would I have called? Yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead.
have you
Yes.
touched Persona 1?
Not yet
Has Mark
because I'm
danced crazy
waiting
yet?
for me to have more time so I can actually play the game.
Did they go with the good
I'm pretty sure it's
translation
the
or the
right
bad
translation.
translation? Okay.
Yes.
Here's the better question. Is Mark black?
Definitely.
Okay, they went with the bad translation. Yes, I'm so glad they went with the bad translation. That alone is enough reason to buy the PlayStation Classic. Soon, do you know about the bad translation of Persona 1?
I think you mentioned it before.
Yes. I believe I probably mentioned it on the podcast before, but I love it.
Freaking hell. Right, I went back and tried my hand at Neo again.
Oh, okay. Did you manage to
No.
get past the 3rd level this time?
I went back and started the game
Okay.
or started a new playthrough like 3 times because I'm still trying to figure out which weapon I like the most, so I can actually use a weapon that I'm good at. Cause the game has,
That's a Dark Souls problem.
because the game has dual swords, but they're freaking unwieldy as shit. Because well, dual wielding is unwieldy as shit. But then there's also the
Welcome to real life, sucker.
then you have the Kusarigama, which is a lot freaking closer range than I think it should be. Or I'm just not doing the right moves. I don't know. Then you have the heavy weapons, which I won't use because they're slow. And obviously, slow is not my type.
It's Dark Souls. Come on.
So right now,
Like everything's
Yeah.
fucking slow in Dark Souls.
it's almost like it's like Dark Souls games. But yeah, freaking, I'm stuck with the normal ass sword, the basic sword now because well, it has parrying as a mechanic. So whatever. I'll figure the rest out later.
Yeah, this is one of those things where like I can go off a little bit of experience with Dark Souls, but other than that, I can't say a whole lot.
So yeah. There was that. What else did I do? I did something else, I know that for sure. Well, whatever. Until I freaking actually remember it, let's jump on to the next one.
Yeah.
Which is...
I did see you were practicing in KI.
Oh
for a
yeah,
little bit.
but that was literally a match. I
Ah,
don't really count it.
all
Yeah, so
right.
the other thing I've been doing is
Okay.
freaking jump stars. Not Jump Stars, freaking Jump Force.
Nailed it. Fucking nailed it. You were talking about it all this morning, and you fucking fucked up the name
That's
once
how
you
much of
actually
a
got
shit I
to it.
give
I
about
love
this
it.
game.
Well, you gave enough of a shit to play it, but play it at all.
Yeah, to play it at all, but
Look at how many games there are on Game Pass, and you ignored them all in favor of Jump Force. You have no one to blame but yourself, sir.
yeah.
Wait, Game Pass is on PC too, right?
Yes, it is.
Let me see if it's worth getting.
Well,
Now
the
that
PC version I think is $15 per month. So,
Well, now I get paid money, so
well, it comes with Gold and Game Pass for Xbox, neither of which you're going to be using. So,
nah.
did you notice that was a row of so's there? Me and
Oh,
Sim
what?
both finished. You and me both finished our sentences with "so" for a little bit there.
So yeah, Jump Force.
Ah.
Pretty, yeah.
Woo!
Pretty bad,
Anime.
yes.
The
So-
animals.
What's wrong with it?
Well, for one thing, it's from Bandai
It's not even
Namco.
CyberConnect, so we can't even blame them. Or at least I didn't see their name on the startup. I think after Shinobi Striker they got freaking axed. Which I'm pretty sure Bandai Namco was the only thing keeping them afloat, so they're probably dead.
Are they not the same team that
Yeah.
made the mainline Ultimate Ninja
are.
Warrior games?
I don't.
Oh wow, they're gone. So I
Wait,
assume they're
Devil
having
May
some
Cry
other.
5 is on Game Pass?
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's how we're gonna play it. Yeah.
Well, shit.
That's pretty much the only way we'll ever get Pink to touch it.
Let me
So
see. I'll check who made this game and I'll also look up freaking CyberConnect. Just so we know if they're dead or not.
right. So me personally, as someone who my entire experience with Jump Force is the E3 teaser, a couple screenshots, and a video of Maximilian Dude reacting to the super moves. Boy, that game didn't look great. And I speak both in terms of graphics and
Well,
in
the
terms of just the
graphics-
game overhaul.
The thing is, like, I like the idea of having the freaking anime. No, I like
Anime
the
characters in
anime
realistic
characters
setting.
having realistic textures. I wish they would. I don't know. Like I just.
Why?
That's what I'm.
It looks freakish.
That's what I'm going.
I mean, that's anime characters in general,
that's what I'm trying
but
to move into. Is that like I like how when when they're up close to the camera, you can see how the cloth is actually cloth textured and shit like that. But I wish that they would have freaking made the anime characters more human-like, so it wouldn't look like they're just aliens.
well, the closer they are to looking human, the more
I don't know,
freakish they
like-
get.
Basically, I think a lot of anime fans would have had an issue with it, but I wouldn't have. I don't think, if they would have just basically taken the anime design and just went, okay, so what if real person, like realistic hair, actual face.
But if they did that, if they did that, it wouldn't really be the anime character anymore.
Lots of characters would be rendered unrecognizable that way. Like, imagine realistic
Luffy's
Luffy.
a hobo
He's
anyway.
just a hobo. Well, yeah, but he's no longer Luffy the hobo. He's
You mean
just
Dolphy
hobo.
Bobo. Yeah.
And Goku's just a kung fu man. Like, Naruto's the only one out of the big three that would still be recognizable.
Maybe, but even still, I would argue that if you take any anime character and render it as a human, it is no longer that character because it's no longer recognizable in that art style and therefore no longer recognizable as that character.
I looked at. Yeah.
yeah, and obviously there's a big thing here of just the game tries to exist as a
And fails at
celebration
it.
of anime, which and fails at it. As I was mentioning before, like this game is bizarrely marketed to the West for reasons completely
Yeah,
unknown to
so
myself.
a lot of the characters featured in the game I don't actually know because I refuse to watch One Piece. And guess what? One Piece is one of the big three.
Hey,
The
yeah,
like
yes
the
it
one
is.
big actually there are a couple surprise additions that I liked, but one of the big additions that I liked was having Rurouni Kenshin because Rurouni Kenshin rocks. Yeah.
Hey, so
Who?
how does the Game
I
Pass work with like
yeah
DLC?
I think you have a discount on
It doesn't.
I think you have a discount on buying DLC and
No
that's it.
DLC? Ah, okay.
But yeah, freaking yeah.
Okay, so I was almost partway interested in the game up until I found out. Oh, well, there's only like two JoJo characters. There's like one my macadamia character, but then
Not
hey, Hunter
Not
x Hunter gets like
not
five
Hunter.
characters.
Saint Seiya.
Like
Hunter x Hunter gets 2 characters from what I could tell. Saint yeah. Saint Seiya
that's
gets
still
4,
too
I
many.
think.
I still don't know what that is.
I'll
You've
freaking
explained
look up a
before, but I
picture
don't know what it is.
and I'll post it in.
No, that's cool.
So wait, I can just like pay $5 a month for Games Pass on PC.
Oh, that's cool.
Or that's the introductory price. Wait, it might be $10 a month.
I think it's $10 because if it was just $5 for all that, like it would make the $15 for Game Pass Ultimate a way less good deal.
But it says like join for $1, but it's $5 a month introductory price and $9.99 is slash through. I don't know.
Alright,
Yeah,
let
I'm
me
not
look
exactly
up a
sure how that works.
timestamp.
Is like wouldn't the introductory price be $1?
It's a buck for new
I
subscribers and
do not
I
know.
think it's I don't freaking know. So there you go, there's Saint Seiya. It's yeah.
I mean, well, there's obviously like I'm trying to think of like how to put this. There's two different sides to consider here. Like objectively, what would you want out of Jump Force versus what would you think would actually be the smart thing for Jump Force to do?
Is Jump
And
Force?
in
Yeah.
either way they fucked up, but you know what I mean.
So I don't know what I would want out of Jump Force because I don't play jump games. I played the Naruto games because I was interested in that type of gameplay, but I don't usually play jump games.
Like, yeah. What I would, if we were to like speak in terms of what is objectively
Yeah.
best, then most of the roster wouldn't be there. In terms of marketing, like the smartest thing, like this much of an anime crossover should not have been so Western focused. And if they were going to try and make it Western focused, they shouldn't have hedged their bets in some regards. There shouldn't be Saint Seiya or Hunter x Hunter or those
Yeah.
other shitty ones you mentioned, like Quest, whatever. It should just be the ones that are big in the West: Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, JoJo, Macadamia. Are there any other of the like big ones that are actually big in the West?
Does Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes. So listen to this. Listen to this.
How?
Kaiba, who is DLC, but whatever. Kaiba and Yugi are stand users. Yugi's stand is the dark. Yeah.
Do they just
Yes.
rip the same systems used for Jotaro and Dio?
Only instead of one character showing up, they have multiples. So like, freaking Yuki's main stand is the Dark Magician, and Kaiba's main stand is the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah. With Yugi,
As
you can
expected.
also summon the Dark Magician Girl. I don't know about Kaiba because he's DLC and I can only fight him. I can't fight as him. Yeah.
That figures.
Yes, so is Bakugo.
Wasn't All Might also DLC?
Yeah, and so
They
so
knew
is
what they were
Bakugo.
doing with that one.
And freaking Boo. Yeah?
Wait,
Yeah.
Boo? Seriously? Why leave him out? He's like one of the vital
Because
Dragon
we
Ball
need
characters.
spaces for 5 Gokus. There actually aren't that many, but there's only the one. No.
Oh god, how? Okay, there's no clones.
Yeah, the
Okay, it's not the Clone
roster
Wars.
for
That's good to
the
know.
shows that actually matter are freaking Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, Future Trunks, and freaking who am I forgetting? I think that might Cell, Perfect Cell, yeah. They
Cell?
are. Yeah, they
Frieza
are
and
the,
Cell
they are the
always
Dragon
get
Ball
in, no
team,
matter
and
what.
then the Naruto team is freaking Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, and Boruto. Yes. Yeah, no Shikamaru, no Neji or
That
Hinata,
sucks.
no freaking Sakura, as much as she sucks.
I was about to say, you're listing off your favorite characters here and forgetting the ones that
I'm
actually
listing
matter.
of the ones that are fun to play as. Sometimes.
None of them are fun to play as. It's fucking jump games. They all play the exact
yeah.
same, with different skins.
Freaking. Yeah, there's
Where's
no
fucking
Killer Bee.
Killer B? Bring him in.
The
Fuck
thing is,
everybody
like-
else on the roster. Just bring in Killer B.
The thing is, like, they even added a couple of
Fuck everyone
presentation
else.
shit for your OC so you can be people that they left out. No Killer Bee. You can get Shikamaru hair, you can't be Killer Bee.
Okay, fuck everyone except for Killer B and Krillin and Yamcha. Those are the only
And
three
for-
characters
and
on the
freaking,
roster.
Like, I feel like One Piece has the biggest roster in the game, so obviously I can't actually tell you who are in. Aside from freaking, yeah,
One Piece is the least. One Piece is the least shit of the big
I know that it
three,
has
so
Sanji.
that's how it should be.
he's one character that I know of One Piece. No, it's Zoro.
I imagine Sanji's the
I
one you
love
play.
Zoro, obviously.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got their names confused for a little bit, but yes, Zoro is absolutely your type.
My
Sanji's
three
great too.
favorite
Sanji is
characters from
Pink's
the One
type.
Piece roster are Sanji, Zoro, and the Luffy's brother. I forget his name. Well, he called
I don't
called
think he was
Luffy
his
his brother,
was he?
when talking with Kaiba, so I kind of assumed.
I have not paid attention to One Piece since like way back in the day when it was running on like Toonami.
Yeah, Chop Chop.
Around the
he's
time
on
they introduced the little reindeer, that's when I stopped watching. Oh,
it.
I love
He's
Chop
the
Chop.
one other character that I know the name of. And that's basically.
Maybe at some point I should go back. Maybe at some point I should go back and watch One Piece just for nostalgia's sake, and discover that I actually hate it.
Freaking. Now you have the freaking One Piece anthem in my head. The 4Kids team. But yeah, like I just wanna
Mission
mention
accomplished.
the DLC characters that they have for this game, which yeah, so Kaiba, Seto Kaiba. Whatever. You know. No, I don't mean that like that. I mean that
No, he's
Like,
a
it's-
good one. He's a good
it's
pick.
kind of out of left field overall, but we already have Yugi, so yeah.
Yeah,
am
but like
now
Yu-Gi-Oh!
subscribed to Games Pass.
All right, sweet. There's
Yeah.
however many games there are on PC we can now play together. That's cool.
I've already signed up
And
for
Addy
it.
too, if you
Dig it.
I
signed up
just
for it.
haven't rolled out the update that
Yeah.
makes it so my freaking mic works with Windows while also having the new Game Pass thing. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Gears 5 is
Ship-
already on this? Damn.
Yeah,
And Vampire.
Gears 5 is fantastic, but it's also really, really fucking. Well, I've heard it runs really well on PC, but the game looks beautiful. So
But yeah, so we have
it scares
Kaiba,
me.
we have All Might and Bakugo from Macadamia, we have Boo, and then there's also, let me check her name because I forget. If it'll ever load. Biscuit Kruger.
Okay,
Biscuit
you had
Kruger,
me up
apparently
until
from
then.
Hunter
Now I'm
Hunter,
lost.
is small girl who turns into large men.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay. You had me. You lost me. Then you had me again. Hang on.
Well,
You need
You
to
have
elaborate,
you
sir.
get to find these characters in the story mode bit as side stories, so you actually know what you're buying somewhat. And during those fights, the AI can do their supers and shit on you. And Biscuits is she becomes angry and then turns into her real form, which is a large man. Or at least a large man-like female. Like they genuinely just drew her like she was a man in a dress.
You know what? I'm comfortable not
Give me a
having that
sec.
explained then.
Okay, she's not as bad on this picture as I saw her in the game. Bless you.
Thank you.
I didn't get to see the picture, so I assumed that Addie had posted it in the
No,
chat,
not
and it was
yet,
so
not
bad
yet.
that Soon
I'm still
vomited
posting
on
the picture.
And the fact that it happened while Addie was saying, she's
There
not
you
so
go.
bad, was
That's
just
Mr.
adding to the
Kruger.
comedy from. I'm just imagining subtitles of Addie saying, it's not so bad, Soon explodes in the background.
So yeah, all those ping who is not from a phone can check it, and I mean both of you also can, but you have to do one more step.
Shut up.
But yeah, also
I'm doing things right now.
But yeah, also there's 3 characters from JoJo. There's Jotaro, there's Dio, and there's the guy with the gum shit. Luffy.
The gum shit?
Yeah, no. I don't remember his name. The guy who's like a Joker.
Do you mean Buggy the Clown?
Maybe? Does
Buggy the
does his thing center around freaking pulling people in with gum?
Well, Bucky the Clown is a One Piece character.
Then no.
I don't know very much about JoJo. We're going outside of my
Alright,
breadth
yeah.
of knowledge here.
So let's move on to the actual game instead of the roster. The gameplay. And that's basically
It's a
summarizing it.
Naruto.
No, it's not even that. It's
Yep.
worse.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so they took that, they took the Ultimate Ninja fighting system and they went, well, you know what this needs? Even more shit that has no place in here, and also we need to make it so you can't actually do combos.
Naturally.
Yeah. So basically, you have, because in the Ultimate Ninja series, you had 3 sorts of combos. You had the freaking launchers, you had the smashes or whatever how you want to call them. You had the normal ones with the attack button. In this game, you have a light attack and a heavy attack button. There's a light combo, there's a light launcher combo, there's a light smash combo, and then there's the heavy combo. Heavy attacks are meaningless. From what I could tell, there's no real reason for you to change to try and chain them into the light attack thing for most characters because there's just so much space that the game enforces on you. Also, most of the moves seem freaking safe because I did a super, the AI did a super, and we're both blocking.
What?
So there's a
You can block while doing moves.
no, but every move is basically so safe from what I could tell that there's like you just do a projectile, and as the projectile is halfway between you, you already have the block up. So that's a thing. The dashing that was in the Naruto games, which you had to use chakra for, got moved to not requiring any meter, and also being a thing that you have to trigger by blocking and then pressing forward like twice, which is more of an annoyance than a bad thing, but oh well. You also still have a meter using charge, but that's your stamina meter, which is separate from everything else and also just randomly disintegrates, from what I could tell. Actually, I'm sure there's actually a rhyme or reason to it, but I haven't figured it out.
Okay.
So yeah, the super system is once again like
Yeah.
with the Naruto games, you had a thing of okay, that's actually a lie because with the Ultimate Ninja games, you had 2 levels of charging your supers, and then you could choose to do supers like that. And I feel like there was another thing that you could do to choose different ones, but I forget. With the original Ultimate Ninja series on the PS2, there were 3 different levels of charging your chakra so that you can do different supers, which I think was the best iteration of this freaking leveling super system. And with this game, it's just you have bars of supers. Some moves use 2, some moves use 1, and then you have an awakening move. You have 4 supers, and then the 4th one always is only an awakening, which is a separate bar that's tied to your health. And yeah, some people it's very obvious who are the better characters, because
I wasn't expecting high balance quality out of this.
but yeah, but I didn't expect a lot. I at least expected that if since the 4th move, the big move, is tied to being nearly dead, then at least not I hope that there wouldn't be shit like having situational ultimate supers, which I have seen the AI used. And then the AI died because it was situational and they used it in the wrong situation. But yeah.
Okay.
So overall, no. That's my rating. No.
It's a big no.
All right. Did you do anything else this week, Addy?
Give me a sec. I need to remember. Right, I did try to go through freaking Arcade Contra again. Because I've been trying to go through all of them so I can do like a retrospective or some shit review.
Okay.
And yeah, it is Contra. which is to say that I get stuck on the freaking 6th level and then die, and I run out of continues.
Wait, so it doesn't offer you infinite continues?
No, not the arcade versions. Well, actually, not the arcade versions, nor the freaking, most of the versions. Like, it sure has the Konami code in the original Contra and Grisor, but that's about all the help you get, because the arcade version did have a toggle switch, I think, to turn on unlimited continuous mode, and it was in the port of the arcade version that's separately up on the PS store, but it's not in this one. You can only choose the difficulty, and then it's just you get 3 lives, put in a quarter, and then you go.
Wait, you're talking about like there was a collection, right? You're talking about the collection you bought,
Yeah.
right?
So the collection,
There is no
Yeah.
fun. There is no button to just insert quarter.
there is, but you only get so many continues before the game resets. The amount of
That makes no
Yeah, the
sense.
amount of quarters doesn't matter for some reason.
Huh.
So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which will be harder. This going through this without dying enough times to just get no continues, or going through freaking ultra hardcore. Because hardcore, as I've said before, is a Michael Bay movie. That's also ultra at the same time.
Okay.
Which is to say that you shoot something, it explodes, and then the explosion is on the screen in the same position for the next like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be an issue.
It sounds like.
But yeah, what could I say about the original arcade control that hasn't been said yet? Fire always sucked. Fire got never good. Well, not in the first Contra.
Okay. I don't know if that's a controversial statement or not, but okay.
It's this freaking shitty circular arc. It barely works. Sometimes it goes over the enemies' heads.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
I would imagine, yes.
And that's about all I've did.
Anything else? All right. On my end, I didn't do a great degree. Played Civ 6, which I've already talked about. I'll probably have more to talk about in the coming weeks as I spend more time with it and get to better understand it, but as of right now, I think I've stated just about the extent of what I can without putting my foot in my mouth too much. And other than that, the only things I've done are, after we finished Ninja Gaiden Black, I decided to try and finish the game by myself. So the other day, I kicked up level 9, got through most of it. Let me say, we chose the right time to stop, because that game declines in quality very sharply once the military arrives. And I don't mean quality as in difficulty. The game is still quite difficult. If you're the kind of person who considers difficulty to equal low quality in games, which I'm not. But well, for one thing, what was your least favorite part of the game, Pink?
How could I possibly choose?
I'm going to pose a question. Was your least favorite part of the game the bow?
Probably.
Well, guess what? Level 9 is bow focused. Ryu swaps out the regular bow for the strong bow, which thankfully does get rid of projectile arcing. Your arrow now travels in a straight line and makes it deal a little bit more damage. And he picks up tank shell and explosive arrows. So basically the bow becomes crazy high damage. But to make up for that, all the boss fights in that level are bow focused. All of them. And there are 3 boss fights in that level.
Sounds terrible.
You fight 2 tanks. Each of them are a separate boss fight with a separate boss-sized health bar. And you fight a helicopter. Let me tell you, fighting the tank sucked hard. Fighting the helicopter sucked worse.
I believe it.
The military enemies they introduced actually aren't that bad for the assault rifles themselves. Which I think is what Addy was more scared about, right, Addy?
No, I got freaking the assault rifles pushed up my ass. But it was the RPGs but it was the RPGs that settled the score.
The RPGs aren't that bad as long as you just spam dodge roll. Unless there's more than one in a group, in which case get fucked. But the assault rifles are weird, because it ain't the bullets that you need to worry about, it's the fucking bayonet on the end.
It's Bayonetta.
Yeah, they have an entire bayonetta attached to their gun.
After Rachel knocked her out, the army man used her body for weapons.
Makes sense. So yeah, they're much more aggressive. At the same time, it's like a 50-50 situation whether or not they decide to block you. If they don't decide to block you, it's over. They die to a fucking rough breeze. If they do decide to block you, welcome to the jungle. And of course, the game introduced more platforming puzzles. Yay! So eventually I just got to the point where I was like, you know what? Game's not that good. Game's difficult as hell by all means. But there are difficult games that are much more fun. So I uninstalled it. After Ninja Gaiden, Dark Souls seems like a vacation.
I believe it.
Yeah, Dark Souls is honestly pretty easy once you figure out the pattern.
The difficult part of Dark Souls is not playing the game itself. The difficult part of Dark Souls is how hard it punishes you when you make a mistake.
Yeah. But once you get used to Dark Souls, it just becomes really, really fucking easy, to be honest.
In Dark Souls, living is easy. It's dying that's difficult. Someday we'll get around to playing one of those games for the channel. Who knows? And we'll make Pink suffer through it.
Yeah.
Unless we've accidentally tapped into some secret skill that Pink has now.
I beat all of
I'm gonna speedrun it.
So I think I can finally have the right to say that Dark Souls is overrated without being told that I'm just terrible at the game.
Yeah. This generation has a fascination with any kind of even slightly open world fantasy games.
Yep.
Skyrim, best game ever. Dark Souls, best game ever. Witcher 3, best game ever.
Not Dragon Age Inquisition for some reason, though.
No, there's a reason. Okay. Yeah. And the other thing I've done this week is, hey, I've started on season 3 of The Good Place.
Nice.
Have you got to season 3 yet, Soon?
I finished season 3.
Okay, so we're all in different parts here, because Pink's partway through season 2 himself.
Addie's not even starting.
Yeah, Addie, you chode. Get with the program.
Yeah, what are you even doing with your life, my dude?
Finding ways to kill myself.
So you can get to the good place?
Yeah.
He wants to experience the good place for himself. He doesn't want to watch. He doesn't want to just watch.
You know what they say.
He's a way bigger fan than I.
Well, you know, Soon, what they say. How can you talk about music being shit if you haven't made a hit record yourself? I'm going to go to the good place so I can say that the good place is bad or not.
You're really that dedicated to meeting Ted Danson?
Sure.
Well,
I
Addie would
understand.
actually go to the bad place.
A lot of people would go to the bad place.
Oh, that's a season 3 spoiler. My bad.
Yeah, whoopsie. Yeah, it's a difficult show to talk about around anyone who's already in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I'd love to talk about this. Oh shit, right. And yeah, I wasn't expecting that season 3, the way season 2 ends, it ends in a certain way where you're like, all right, that's not gonna last. They're gonna undo that. There's no way they can just keep going with that. And season 3 totally keeps going with that. And I'm just like, wow, they actually stuck with it. There are a lot of TV shows that would have ended the season on a tease and then immediately started the next season with, nah, psych, gotcha.
I forget
And
what was the tease you're talking about?
I'm not going to talk about it because Pink's in the middle of season 2.
Ah, fuck.
Okay, hang on. Let
I
me
can
say a word.
jump out real quick and then.
Yeah.
No, I can jog Soon's memory real quick.
All right.
The bar.
The bar. Right. Okay.
Michael's at the bar, yeah. So that looks like it's teasing something for season 3, and I was like, there's no way. They're going to undo that. That would be a really easy thing for them to undo. And you get to season 3.
which
No,
bar?
this is actually... What?
Which bar? There's another bar.
Michael's at the bar is the
Okay.
new the dogs are in the enclosed pool area.
Is it the bar that he's talking to Kristen Bell?
Yes, Michael's at the bar, and Eleanor doesn't know.
Gotcha. Right. Okay. Now I know which one you're talking about.
Right. And season 3 actually sticks with that,
Yep.
which is shocking to me. So far that I've gotten season 3, they haven't done anything to change that yet.
No.
The episode that I just most recently, I got past Donkey Doug. I think I'm an episode,
Yeah. Donkey
an episode
Dog.
or two past that.
Right.
And I have to talk in code here, and Pink must be like trying to parse this information.
What's a donkey Doug?
The numbers, what do they mean, Mason?
All these donkeys make a dog.
They do, in fact. Oh, man. And one thing I gotta say about season 3, personally to me, in the first 2 seasons, like, I love just about every cast member on The Good Place, whereas I only really liked Jason. To me, Jason was always the weakest part of the show for the first 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And season three finally does some work to make Jason a lot better, I think, to catch him up with the rest of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
Which is vital, because, I mean, Pink, as far as you are in season 2, like, Jason doesn't fit, does he?
Right.
Everybody else is comedic, but also has some very serious storylines going on. And then there's Jason, who's just in the background like, I'm an idiot. I'm a big Dumbo. Yeah, it's a show that maintains its quality all throughout. Like, would you say that it's manages to maintain the quality even into the season 3 finale soon?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So the fact that they chose to end it at season 4 to me, like, implies that they keep it going all throughout.
Yeah.
That they decide, oh, this is a good place to end it. This is the good place to end it. Ah!
Ah! Addy, you're supposed
Ah!
to.
There you are.
Oh,
Addie's
shit.
still trying to figure out what's going on.
Apparently that was the trigger phrase for Addie to enter his werewolf form.
No, it's the full moon. Didn't you watch Terraria?
Oh, silly me. Oh, man. Such a good show. Oh, man. And it's a show that, like, now that I'm watching new episodes again, every joke that goes off on screen, I'm like, is this a one-off bit, or is this going to lead into future plot lines? And every bit in that show, you're not sure.
Yeah. But the season finale for season 3 is really, really, like... at the same time, it's kind of frustrating.
Well, it has to be. It has to be.
Or,
The position
like-
they're in right now.
No, I mean, like, it's frustrating in the sense that you're like, seriously, they just did this again?
Huh.
They freaking did Chidi and Kirsten Bell, Eleanor, Chidi and Eleanor dirty again. And they're just keeping it going.
Right, but it looks like the first episode of season 2, it looks like they're doing them dirty too, keep in mind. Because they keep going back and back and back and back 803 times, like Pink
Well,
said.
this time, they actually let them sit there for a little bit, and then they erase Chidi's memory again.
Oh, cool.
And you're like, why the fuck did you have to do that?
But does Eleanor retain her memory?
Yeah,
That's the vital difference.
yeah.
Because this is a show that likes to play around a lot with throwing the characters into vitally different scenarios so that you can wind up with characters doing wildly different things you wouldn't expect.
But, okay, season 4 starts in 5 days.
5 days, all right. Which means on Netflix I'll get it in a year. Me and Pink will. Pink, you got time, brother.
Oh, hallelujah.
Do you think you can get through a season and a half in a year?
I certainly hope so.
You can just watch, like, the season for free on NBC.com.
Oh, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Nor did I.
Like, you have to create multiple accounts, but, like, each account lets you watch, like, I don't know, 5 episodes or so. So you only need 2 accounts.
Nice.
All right.
But you
And
have
I
to
think
deal with
that's-
ads, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's there. All right. I think that's about the extent of what I've done for this past week. So I think we can go ahead and wrap this episode up and move on to Jackbox if we still think we got the time.
Right.
I have to leave.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll figure out something for the the
Yeah.
3 of us to do.
All right. Cool.
Abby, say bye.
Say bye.
All right. We'll see you later, folks. Holy hell, I need to take a piss.